The president of Mexico has stated that he will begin to deport Americans that have moved to Mexico without proper documentation, aka illegal immigrants. This comes after the president of Mexico states that he is tired of Americans gentrifying cities in Mexico. In the past 3 weeks, we have seen different events where Americans try to colonize beaches, public areas, and even salsa. While a lot of these Americans have moved to Mexico for a better life, they moved there because they cannot afford to live here in the United States. So move to Mexico so they can afford a lifestyle there, but locals have raised their prices because Americans are paying in dollars while locals that are still shopping have to pay in pesos and now have to pay the equivalent of the dollar. And instead of these people moving to Mexico and bettering the economy, they're making it horrible for the people that live there, you know, the natives. And if you already did not know, the amount of Mexicans migrating to the United States has slowed down by the 100,000 since 2019. The amount of Mexicans living in the United States leaving willingly back to Mexico has increased drastically. And while Mexicans are moving back to Mexico, a lot of Americans have been moving to Mexico for a better life. But my, how the tables have turned.
Mexicans deporting Americans is the funniest thing I've learned this year so far. Apparently, Mexican authorities are deporting Americans who have colonized along the beaches and nicer areas of Mexico who do not have the proper documentation. So yes, they've been deporting them back to the States. And you know, it's ironic because Americans are like, oh, pack up your bags, you gotta go home or whatever. And well, the Americans who have thought to exhaust Mexican resources and go live the cheap life, right? In nice areas, well, pack up your bags and let's wrap it up.
This is too funny to me. Can you imagine Mexico actually doing some big deportation of Americans? They are deporting Americans. Now, let me just say this. I saw a video a while back where this Mexican was saying that sometimes some of them be laughing at America because cost of living is so cheap. Like, no matter what their income is, they're living a good life. They got money, nice houses, nice home, because cost of living is so cheap, right? And of course I looked at it, keep on moving, because I ain't doing that kidnapping stuff. But neither here or there. Evidently some how can I say it, some white people is over there causing trouble. Now I thought, right, for y'all who saw the videos, that they were travelers, they were tourist people over there on vacation. No, y'all, these are people that have moved to Mexico, living in Mexico because cost of living is cheap and they could afford to live in Mexico. And they even said that some of them is over there, they working from home. In other words, they have like American jobs, but they're living over there, right? Because they're working from home. But neither here or there, they over there living off that cheap cost of living because they could afford to do it. But they ain't got no papers. They are considered illegal immigrants. Yeah, you get where this is going at, right? So yeah, they're deporting Americans from Mexico. Now I do hope, Lord, I do hope they're not putting them in cages the way Americans do Mexicans and these other people when they want to capture them at the border. And I also wonder, quick question, are these the same people that come back to America during the election and vote against the Mexican? Now, my video is not about immigrants and should nobody vote against the Mexicans and blah, blah, blah. Because y'all know that's what it is. Hey, Mexico is this, that, and whatever, right? But yet y'all taking y'all little happy behind over there living off the Mexican land. And now they deport y'all because y'all want to treat Mexico like Miami. That's all I'm saying.
The Mexicans said, if we got to go, y'all got to go. Yes, they're coming for you, Americans. There have been over 240,000 apprehensions over the past 60 days, and 7,000 Americans have been deported. And anybody who says that they did not see this coming, you're crazy, because think about it. We're trying to put them off of our land. Look how adamant we've been about that. You don't think they try to put us off of their land? And you don't think the Mexicans see them Americans over there living their best life just like we see the Mexicans over here living their best life? Do I feel bad? No. And I also understand why they'd want to do it. I mean, think about it. We go over there for leisure all the time. but we're like so adamant about trying to get them, like, make it make sense. And the Americans who went over there and decided to colonize on their land, I mean, of course we understand why they did. The American dollar has a higher value than the Mexican currency. You know, their businesses, there's better business opportunities. I mean, I understand why they did it, but their quality of life, the Mexicans, their quality of life is going down and prices on their businesses are increasing. So they're like, you got to get the fuck on. So any American who's been shacking up on Mexican land, if you don't have legitimate paperwork, they're coming for you. Yes, they're putting you on their bus and they're bringing you back over here. And you and the people who they're taking back probably gonna pass each other on the buses.
You can imagine and you can see how the mighty has fallen. Mexico are now sending back Americans. They're sending them back. They are deporting them back to their own country. You can remember a few months back when Trump started his own wahala, his own trouble, sending back the immigrants, sending back people that came from different countries, Mexico, Israel, Japan, and so many other countries. People came from different countries to America to find a living. Just keep watching. I'll come back with my commentaries.
All right, you guys. So I just saw a video where the president of Mexico is saying that she's going to start deporting Americans that are in her country. So I did a little bit of research and I'm just like, oh my God, this could be really, really bad. And I just discovered that Mexico does deport people that are in their country illegally, kind of like what Trump is going to do. Trump is saying that his first day in office that he's going to do mass deportations and but Mexico deports people already that are in their country illegally. And so Mexico and the United States aren't saying we don't want you in our country. What they're saying is if you're gonna be in our country and if you want to be in our country, then come into our country legally.
So this just in, Claudia Sheinbaum, president of Mexico, has said if Trump doesn't chill with his immigrant deportation and does revoke birthright citizenship and keeps deporting people to Mexico, she will deport the 2 million United States citizens living in Mexico. All those retirees and, not our best, the criminals hiding in Mexico will be sent back to the United States. Mima and Papa are not going to have their little house on the Gulf of America anymore. She said she's going to deport 2 million back to us. Not my circus, not my monkeys.
Some of all these menial workers that work in farms, restaurants, fast food joints, some shopping malls, these are non-indigens of US that came to US to find their feet. They came to US to do 1 or 2 menial jobs to be paid in order for them to get what they will eat, what they will feed their families with. But Trump coming into the seat as the president started deporting these people, started sending them back to their base, started sending them back to their countries. It somewhere affected these immigrants and also affected the country. Even the country in a whole, US generally, they are lacking workers in some of all these places I mentioned. The Mexicans that even came to do work there, they now left their own country without jobs. They were affected. But when you tell somebody to go back to his country, he has no other option to just go back and find a living there. God's willing, he or she will find his or her feet there. So that was just what happened.
But if you kick out all the United States citizens from Mexico, then who's gonna raise the cost of living and price out all the indigenous people from living in their own country? No, oh my God. Sense that. Okay, but if you kick all the U.S. citizens out of Mexico, then who's gonna be in Mexico telling people that they need to speak English?
Oh no! Yeah,
okay,
no,
but in the sense that. Okay, fine. But if you kick all of the U.S. citizens out of Mexico, then who's gonna overstay their visas and live in Mexico because the cost of living is lower, but then turn around and tell the Mexican people that they shouldn't be crossing into the U.S. for a quote-unquote better life?
Now the table has turned.
The table have finally turned. US citizens are now the ones being deported. They are immigrants in other countries. They have countries that they are living that they are not the origin, like they are not origin of that country. Now they are being deported and sent back to US. What is the fate of all those people? What is Trump saying about it? Nothing. He is saying nothing about it. So when you make some certain rules, consider the citizens of that country. If Trump had considered the feelings of the countries or the interest, if he has the interest of these people at heart, I don't think he would have taken that drastic decision he took a few months back. Now it's affecting both the poor, the rich, the average in the US right now as I'm talking to you. Special credit to all the original owners of the video used in the creation of the video. It is solely for analysis and educational purposes. All you have to do is to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share to your friends and loved ones. Say your mind in the comment section, because at this point it's affecting literally everyone. It's affecting both the old, the young, it's affecting everyone at this point. And Trump caused all of this. He is to be blamed in all of this that is happening. Anyway, guys, have a lovely day and see you all in our next video. Till then, bye.